What's going on, guys? Ian here, and it's been a little while. It's been probably like a month or longer. I know my last video went up like over a month ago, and of course I've done things in the meantime, but just nothing that you guys would have seen. So, let's get a little caught up on what's been going on. Before we dive into the tank, let's first go into an explanation of why I haven't been posting videos. For you guys that care, or most of you probably don't, but hey, I'm going to explain it to you anyways. So, number one thing is I'm a college student, and my number one priority always is going to be my education and continuing my studies. So I had midterms and all that when I stopped, and that's kind of what started this cycle. In that meantime, where I was studying and stuff, this channel didn't leave my mind. I was focusing on formulating a long-term plan of where I want to go, and just thinking about it all, and writing everything down. Anything that popped in my head about the channel, I wrote down so I can sift through it and formulate actual sentences, not just these blurbs of information that I thought about. So I've been spending a lot of this last month doing that, on top of doing research with by watching other YouTube channels of similar nature. And I've taken a lot from that I am going to apply into my own YouTube videos to hopefully bring you a better quality content that you guys enjoy more. But the biggest thing I actually realized through all of this is I started this channel out as an informational channel, where I bring you guys information to help you through your own aquarium keeping experience. With that said, I was finding it difficult to stay motivated and find topics to do related to the aquarium in the aquarium hobby, because I actually have a lot more that I need to learn than what I originally thought. So this channel is still going to be informational based, but it's more going to be about the information that I'm learning, what I'm doing research on, and what I'm trying to apply in practices that I'm doing with my own personal aquariums and their effects in the aquarium. So that's kind of going to be the new avenue that the channel takes, and we're going to see how that goes. I feel like it's going to be a really good thing. I'm really excited for it, because it's going to push me to learn new things in this hobby, and that's one of the things that got me into the saltwater hobby in the first place. Is everybody made it this huge cloud of mystery, and like it's so difficult, and blah blah blah. I'm sure most of you guys have heard it before, and that's what pulled me into the saltwater portion of the aquarium hobby years ago. And I am constantly trying to learn new things. I'm always reading something about it. So that's what we're going to be doing from now on. But what's been going on other than that, actually related to my tank that we have been working on? Well, a lot actually. So I think the last time that that I posted a video and we got together like this, I think was a little update. I don't know. I don't really remember. So let's just recap. So we did the tangs. I had bought the 3 tanks, quarantined them. One got sick, had to treat it, put it in. I don't know where we left off with that, but where we're at now, I've actually lost 2 of those 3 tangs. One of them perished in a pull-out system where one of them was just getting beaten up by one of the other ones, and I pulled them out, and then the other one just days after disappeared. So I'm down to 1 tang, which is okay. It was a gamble putting 3 of the tangs in. People always say that you can keep them in 3 or more in tanks, but realistically, and I learned this after I had purchased them and had been on a wall about it for a while, was that this tank for 3 full-size tanks really wasn't big enough in the first place. Even for the small ones, they're so territorial, they want more space. They're going to be, they look at the rock and their environment, and they see a food source growing on it, and then they want to capitalize on that food source. They want to protect their food source. They want to make sure they're not going to starve. So I took measures to try saving it. It wasn't enough, but it's okay. I still have one that's very healthy, fat, and very personable. He's actually probably the most friendly and interactive. You'll probably see him swimming around in the background in most of these videos. So that happened. The one that died in the tank, or disappeared in the tank, I never found. I have no idea where he died, and that allowed for a huge nutrient buildup in the tank. And because of my busy schedule, I put off doing a water change for far longer than I needed to. My water change did not happen until last week, so it went for at least 3 weeks, if not longer, before getting a water change. And then the remnants of what happened is behind me. The tank is covered in algae. The sand bed, the walls of the glass, the rock, everything. Fortunately, I've gotten back onto my routine. I've got the algae starting to die off. If you had seen it right before I did that water change, it was much, much worse. So I am getting it under control, so that's a good thing. And so what else did I have right now? I bought more fish. I ended up buying a tiger pistol shrimp and yellow watchman goldie pair. Both have been put into the tank and have not been seen since. I know where they're at. They're just in a spot that you can't see them right now because they're still burrowing out and all that. But hopefully we'll get some cool shots of what's going on in there. I bought a bicolored tribal blenny, or that's what I'm calling it. It like the colorations of a bicolor blenny, that dark navy blue, purple, black coloration towards the head of their body, and that bright yellow orange towards their tail. But something that why I'm calling it a tribal blenny is tribal blennies are typically black with kind of these electric whitish blue colorations on their head and down their body sometimes. And this particular blenny has those same things. Now, I got the blenny for the purpose that it will pick at algae. They're grazers. They'll eat pretty much anything, so he will help with a lot of the algae that's in the tank. So that's why I picked him up. Plus, they have a tremendous amount of personality. He, when I'm not standing right in front of the tank and talking, he is a very active swimmer. He's darting all about the aquarium, and he's one of my favorite fish to watch, actually. The yellow watchman has the same purpose along with the pistol shrimp. I saw them together at the shop and I had to pick them both up. The pistol shrimp is actually really big. He's probably about an inch long, which is one of the biggest pistol shrimps I've ever seen in a shop. Typically they're really, really small, and putting them in a tank like this, they're just going to disappear before you even realize what's happened to them. So I bought those with the purpose of cleaning up the sand bed and hopefully, you know, grazing on some of the diatoms and stuff. As the algae dies off in here, you're going to see more diatoms come up because there's still a fluctuation in nutrients, which I'm managing through my water changes. And then the last fish that I had gotten was a Foxface, a really beautiful large Foxface. He was probably about 7 to 10 inches long. I'm not sure. I mean, he was big. Unfortunately, he got very, very stressed out in the transfer home. I acclimated him for a long period of time, and I just didn't have a quarantine system that I could have put him in that was large enough. I only had some 10-gallon tanks, which literally the size of this Foxface he would barely be able to turn around in. And so I made the executive decision to go ahead and put him into the tank, considering I had just done the water change and the water was in its best quality at the time. Unfortunately, I put him into the tank and he got his color back pretty quick, but very shortly after he got stressed out by some kind of incident in the tank. I don't know what it is. I don't have anything that's aggressive. The yellow tang that I have that was aggressive towards the other yellow tangs, completely ignored him, didn't care. And then I came back the next day and he was perished. So that was a little bit disappointing, but it is part of the aquarium hobby. This kind of thing will happen. You can't expect that every fish you purchase is always going to be a healthy fish. So yes, that's pretty much catching you up with what's going on. Most of what's been going on has been behind the scenes, doing my own research and kind of formulating a plan. And of course, the stuff that's been going on with this is, well, I've already caught you up. So you're all up to date. This is just kind of a, I hate to call it a reintroduction, but that's really what it is. I've been gone for so long, I felt like I had to give this video to you guys to kind of catch you up with what's been going on. It's been crazy, but I'm back on this bandwagon now. We're going to be rolling out regular content on, yeah. I'm excited, guys. I'm really excited. So with that said, we have one little bit more piece of information, and that is regarding the name of my channel. Right now, it is Club Salty Aquatics, or CS Aquatics. I like the name. I feel like we can come up with something better. So, any ideas for a new name for the channel? Put down in the comments below. Excuse me. Put down in the comments below. And hit that like button if you've ever had any similar experiences with fish keeping like this, where you have a fish just disappear and cause huge issues for you to deal with later. Until next time, guys, I'm Ian. This is Club Salty Aquatics for now, and I'll see you guys next time.
All right.